Just when you thought our production apparatus couldn't get any more structure, the game tells us to build structure matrices. Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Dyson Sphere Program in our Alpha Andromedae series. So, yeah, we're finally at the point where there's going to be another color going on over here. But before we actually can make that happen, we have to finish what we started over here at the end of the last episode. We have some new resources building, specifically plastic. Now, right now it has nowhere to go, so it's completely full. Also, it does seem like there might be an issue with... Hold on. Yeah, there is an issue. Interesting. Let's see what's happened here. So we officially are out of, which means we've run through our entire buffer of energized graphite. Unexpected dilemma as we begin here, but we can address it at least partially by doing this. This will be a reasonably quick fix. Okay. Alright, hang on. Alright, so we've just added 5 more smelters that are helping us produce energized graphite. Now, of course, one of the other processes that is producing energized graphite is our refining process. So let's also check on that and make sure that it is also running at maximum efficiency, because that could be part of the problem. And it appears that it is. All of these refineries are blazing, so it's really just a matter of building more up the line. That's the main thing we need to do. So before I proceed here, I've got 2 more refineries. Let me see if I can build any more. It looks like I need some plasma exciters, so let's go do that. We need to grab those. They're right here. There's a stack of 200. And that will enable me to build a few more of these. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'll build 3 more, and we'll have 3 more pairs total. So this will work, and I'm going to be able to duplicate them beautifully, so this won't even take that much time. This is going to be awesome. Hang on, let's make sure these are covered. Okay. So we're going to bring this line out here. I'm going to end up deleting some of this. And this line here as well. This is where the energized graphite's going. So I should have those built now. Good, they're done. So I just need to 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I'm going to delete that and delete that, delete that, delete that. Done. Okay. Let's see what else we can get away with. Looks like we can build there, and all of those are powered. That's nice. So now we just have to have 3 more. So we're going to copy paste same way. 2, 3. Perfect. Sat right at the end of that line. I was kind of worried about that. All right, let's get a few more Tesla towers built. Now, one interesting thing that might occur... Oh, hold on. One interesting thing that might occur as a result of what we've just done is we might have just set up a lot more power draw, although it does seem like we're still within our maximum, so that's good. Now, what I want to see is I want to see this backing completely up again. I don't know if that's actually happening yet, but if we go over here, we're about to find out if it is. Does seem like some of our okay, good. It is backing up a little bit, but part of the reason it's backing up is that our plastic production doesn't have anywhere to go. So that's not, we're not out of the woods just yet, but we can go ahead and queue up those chemical plants that I mentioned. So chemical plants are going to be making this specific resource, organic crystal. That's going to require the plastic, it's going to require water, and it's going to require more fuel. So let's see how we do with this. This is definitely one of the first situations in which we might find ourselves having to modify, as we just did, the output of certain key resources so that we can make the thing that we need in the appropriate quantity. plastic inputting into those, and we can also have, as we have so far, all these buildings have a neat little nook where you can build these. And now I am completely out of one of my resources that I need to continue to build them. Lovely. Let's go get it. So we're starting to spread out a bit. If you look at the map on the bottom left side of the screen, you can see like how much of this part of the planet we're covering. So it might be worthwhile to consider the possibility of using interplanetary logistics, or rather planetary logistics, not interplanetary, but planetary logistics, to bring some of the resources over here that I need. Yeah, we have a bunch of extra there. That's good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just say build 25 of them. All of these bots are already bringing me things. Let me hang out for just a minute and make sure that they can't, you know, fill me up anymore. Because they're moving so slowly because they need to recharge. So what they're going to do is fly back in there. That's so cool. And then maybe they'll bring me more, although it looks like I'm pretty well stocked, so I guess we are good. Let's go back over here. God, the way the light hits those clouds, not trees, clouds, prior to dawn, look at that. That is a totally new effect, especially when you're in the air in Dyson Sphere Program. I freaking love it. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, so how are we looking over here? Still backing up, but honestly, it's still getting chewed up by this. So we're going to need to find a way to produce more energetic graphite. It might just come down to refining more oil, but we will see. We're starting to hit that point where we really have to manage our efficiency plans effectively. Okay, there we go. All right, and so these will require fuel and water. Fuel I have right here. I'm going to go ahead and keep this on this particular line. Adds a little bit more distance, but I'm okay with it. Just rebuilding for uniformity. All right, there we go. And then the water has not been used for a while. The water actually gets cut off right here, but I might be able to fix that. Let's see, what would the easiest way to fix this be? Oh, yeah. Obvious solution. We're going to have the raised part of the line stay raised for longer, which will enable us to bring the water out this way. And at the very least, what we'll be able to do is then... Ooh, this could be kind of cool. Hang on. Let's see if this works. All right, so I'm going to build this. Watch. Lip hole path. Oh, if this works, I'm going to lose it. Ah, it's not going to work. I'm so sad. It was going to be so cool. Hang on. Maybe if I don't need to flip the path anymore. I could just do it this way. So let's do it this way. Let's try using an intercept. No, it's not going to work. Okay. Well, one thing we can do here. We can make it work this way. That's good enough for me. Now, I don't think I can actually get it to do... No, I can. Okay, fine. Game's being a little temperamental. It worked on that side of the oil. The refined oil. Okay, so this is at the appropriate distance. So I think I see how I'm going to manage the placement of these. Let's go ahead and let the drones get that last connecting bits. Done. Okay. so now what I will do is I'll have a line here so that I can output these. How we doing on power? We are still well within capacity. That's good to see. So this is where it's going to start to get challenging. Let's take a look at what we need in order to build a planetary logistics system. Are you kidding me? I need to build particle colliders. Really? Have I already researched those? No, I haven't. The reason I said, are you kidding me, is not the particle colliders. That was my next realization. Was I thought for a moment that I had all the resources I needed, which didn't make sense to me. I was like, there's no way. So yeah, we still need particle colliders, which we have not yet researched, but they are literally the next thing that's going to be unlocked. So that recipe, let's see if we can take a look at what they require so we can know in advance. It's a complex recipe, as are most things at this stage. Oof. Yeah, look at that. Graphene, copper, and electromagnetic turbines. Okay, so we're not going to be able to move things manually just yet. But we do now have what it takes to build titanium crystals. We also have what it takes... Yeah, I'm still not producing enough energetic graphite, which is mind-blowing. But what that means is that for the first stages of this, where we had all these resources going over here and we were producing all this graphene, the reason that was happening at the rate that it was happening is because we were chewing through our buffer here. And now we have almost none. So one issue that I'm seeing is there actually is not enough coal input currently into the entire system. So let's change that, because that's part of the problem. So we're starting at the very beginning and just adding inputs. All right, there, we could snag 8 there. I will go ahead and put a splitter there. You ever see something in your inventory in Dyson Sphere Program and you're like, oh, I already have a splitter. Why did I already have a splitter? Did I forget to put a splitter down that I was meaning to put elsewhere? Okay, so there's that. There's also another coal deposit here, which rather than... I could do another mine here, but I think what I'm going to do instead is let me get one more splitter going. So I'm going to grab a little bit of iron, ingots specifically. I'm going to grab some of these. Use them to make... You know what? Yeah, go ahead and just make a stack of splitters. Because this is also slowing down our research right now, because we don't have enough coal coming in. So the main issue was that there wasn't enough coal coming in at the very start. And that's on me. I might not have noticed that when I first put down the energetic graphite, but at this point, since so much is relying on our coal production, it makes sense for me to expand it regardless. And have I already built all the mines that I built earlier? Mining machines that I built earlier? I suppose I have. So let's go ahead and just build 8 more. Alright, so I'm going to build 2 more here. I'm going to connect them to a splitter, which will be here. So I can go ahead and set up this entire apparatus while I'm waiting for this to finish. Okay, and as a consequence of that... Alright, we can get 9 there. That's perfect. Alright, that should be enough to power both. It is. And now I can just have the lines output like so. Bots are still bringing me stuff. Dutifully and loyally. I like it. Alright, so now we're starting to see a bit of a backup in the coal line, which is good. So what I really want to see... Yeah, so we're not outputting these at the rate that we could be. Well, that was an unexpected dilemma right when I was saying I was going to get structure matrices going this episode. Wasn't it? It's good, though, because this is part of the fun of mid-game Dyson Sphere Program is things go pretty smoothly, especially when you know what you're doing for the beginning portion of the game, and then it's like, as I said a few episodes ago, these resources that we're building here, really cool. They require all of these resources that we've, you know, brought in from other sources and from combining other resources, but now it's complicated because there are multiple resources kind of almost exponentially extending down that ancestral tree, if you will, to what gives us, for example, these resources. And so we really need to keep this stuff going as best we can. All right, the magnetic particle trap has been researched. So the particle container, we can make 3 of them. How many do we need? I need I need 20. Holy crap. Although the only reason I can't make more, hang on. Yeah, let's pull those into my inventory. There we go. There we go. Problem solved. So now I've queued up 20 exactly, and then that will allow me to make a planetary logistics station. Now, I've actually just realized, if I'm doing this properly, I need 40, because I need to build 2 planetary logistics stations. We're going to have yellow cubes at some point, I promise. We just hit a bit of a snag, and we'll work it out. All right, so notice that we are now building up a buffer on coal again. So coal is coming in faster than it's being expended, even by this many smelters. That's good. I could also use the proliferator now, because proliferator paint for Mark 1 projects, or rather for the Mark 1 paint style, there's Mark 1, Mark 2, and Mark 3 proliferator paint, just like there's Mark 1, Mark 2, and Mark 3 of like sorters and belts, etc., and assemblers. It uses coal. So since we've just increased our coal production so much, I could set this up to fund the production of basic proliferator paint. And I would probably need to do it back here near the start of the lines for obvious reasons, because it's proliferator paint. So yeah, you know what? I've talked myself into it. Let's do it. So I'm going to start with... In my previous games, I've usually just done 1 assembler making the paint, but let's do 2 this time. Let's do 2. Okay. So now what we need to happen is we need to build a proliferator. I don't have the resources for it. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not even going to be able to make it right now because I need to go to my outpost world in order to get silicon. Although, I don't have enough silicon there. I mean, I could technically find silicon through a few other sources. I could just, you know, break rocks here on the planet until it's done, but yeah, that's all I would need to get from that planet. Man, okay, well, that's not getting in the way of everything else that we were doing, though. So I need titanium, and I thankfully have titanium, and I need steel in order to make the 2 interplanetary logistics stations. That's not all I need to make, but it's a start. All right, so now let's build... Oh, wait. What are you talking about? Oh, did I not build the 20th? Yeah, I guess I didn't build the 20th. Oops. All right, so we've got 1. We'll go ahead and place it. This is going to be quite a surprise. A little bit of a larger building than you're used to seeing so far. All right, so we need to move these to a more reasonable location, don't we? So let's put you, let's say, yeah, right there is fine. And we are going to input these into the base of our interplanetary logistics station. Now, one downside of this big guy that we've just laid down is it's a lot of power draw. See that? We just jumped up above our maximum power for a moment, then we went back below it because the charge is getting better and better. So I can cut this in half for now, just so that it charges more slowly. And that's one way to make it a little bit less obnoxious. One additional thing I need to build now are a lot of drones, and thankfully I have what I need to build lots of drones. I have everything I need to build lots of drones. I'm gonna grab some copper ingots and iron ingots, because this is actually gonna get working this episode. I don't know that we'll get yellow cubes, but we'll try. See, this is the thing. When you have resources that are in your side, like logistics inventory, like this is all well and good, but at the same time, like your inventory doesn't have access to this. You need to pull it into your inventory in order to be able to use it to build anything that you want to build. And maybe I'm just not thinking about it in the right way, and it's a new system. Maybe we're all still learning it to a degree now that it's been added to the game. But it's a little bit more counterintuitive than a lot of the mechanics in Dyson Sphere Program so far. All right, so yeah, speaking of that, let's put that back in my inventory because I need it. Okay, so I've already built the second one there, so I don't need to build more. But what I do need to build are lots and lots of these guys. I think I'll just do 20 for now. It's going to take a moment to build these thrusters. So in the meantime, what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look at how this process is going. It looks like coal-wise, we are like more than good. We're building up coal. I would like to have that proliferator paint set up, and what I can do is I can put proliferator paint on literally every single incoming resource. By producing it out here, I can paint everything coming into the base and make everything more efficient as a result. It's going to be pretty cool. Again, I don't recommend proliferator paint for like something that you use right away when you're first learning Dyson Sphere Program, but once you're, oh, look at this. That's what I wanted to see. So we've got backup now. I think part of the reason we have backup is just that these resources have nowhere to go, but that's a good sign that we're actually producing what we need to produce. So with that being done, I think I do want to have the diamonds still produced over here. Didn't I have smelters? I must have put the smelters away because I remember deleting them. Are they in this storage? No. Huh. That's weird. Oh, you know what? Maybe those smelters are the smelters that I use. Yeah, those smelters are the smelters that I use to expand the production of the energized graphite. Okay, but what we're going to do is have two resources here. So we're going to say that we want those to be consumed here, and we also would like diamonds to be consumed here. And this is going to be a supply station for those. I'm going to go ahead and put 10 of the drones that I built, because 10 just finished, in there. And this is going to be a bit of a momentous moment for the series. It wasn't quite what I opened this episode setting us up for, but you know what? I will freaking take it. All right, so over here we have titanium-based items of various origins. And I'm going to have this be right here. And for this station, again, we're going to reduce its charging power because this is a lot of power draw, especially once we get it hooked up. Watch this. All right, see, it's not as bad as the first one was. That jump was not nearly as significant because we reduced its power draw. And now we just wait for... Oh, nope, they're done. So now I've got those done. Now watch this. Here we go. Momentous occasion here. We want to go ahead and say that the organic crystals and the diamonds, which are going to be produced elsewhere, are demand. Go get it. And there they go. And if we're lucky, what we will also see in just a moment, watch the horizon. Because you're going to watch the horizon in the same direction that those are traveling. There they are. There it is. They're bringing us organic crystal from all the way across the base. Flying it directly. We don't need belts. They're just bringing it straight here. It's going to sit right here until in the next episode and the ones beyond, it is consumed by assemblers that are making titanium crystals. So I've already got the titanium right here that I brought from elsewhere. And so that can feed towards additional assemblers that are building the titanium crystals. They will combine with the diamonds that I'm going to make over on the other side of the base, closer to where I already have so much of the energetic graphite flowing. And as a consequence, we will be able to build structure matrices next episode. And I will have another tower set up to feed them into the central research tower, and we can continue making progress down the tech tree, including towards the ability to go visit one of those. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day, not emotes, episodes, every day at noon U.S. Eastern Time. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.